Hello and welcome to another episode of the Anime Lounge Short Flights. I'm your host Lance, here to share with you guys Goblin Slayer 2, finally back. It's been quite a few years since the last Goblin Slayer content has come out, and well, we're here. So if you guys are like me, you like this show because it's full of blood and full of action, and I cannot wait until we actually see some of that. First episode's out, not a whole lot of action. Did not like how they started this episode off by reminding us why the show was controversial in the first place with all the goblin rape. They could have just left that in season one. Didn't need to see that actually start off episode one of season two. Was whatever. So let's kind of hope that they don't really dive too deep into that. We're here for all the blood and gore and action. So let's get into what this episode really covered, and it was actually not a whole lot. As action wise, it was pretty simple. Um, so it was okay. We're introducing everybody again. It's been a couple of years, so it's a new year. It's spring, so time for new adventures to come in, and with new adventurers comes new quests. It's the spring year. Winter's over, so I assume that's why the goblin rates have all spiked because they just want to get out themselves. So Goblin Slayer takes on a stack of quests, like a pretty big stack of them. So it was nice. It would have been nice to see some action out of those quests. I was very surprised that they kind of just flashed forward and he was just getting paid for these jobs that we didn't get to see him do. We didn't get to see any kind of goblin slaying action. So well, we hopefully next episode we'll see. Well, we kind of gotta see in the next episode because we'll just jump to that point. Um, our priestess isn't receiving as much money from these jobs because she's not a silver ranked member like everybody else in her crew. So essentially, everybody is outranking her, and they're way more OP than she is. So they made a comment that like she's slowing down or she's piggybacking off of everybody else or something along those lines. So it's time for her to mix and match her parties. And what we're seeing now is that some random ass knight says, "Here, join up with this annoying redhead wizard kid and go start your own party. You're the leader. You're the one with the actual experience. It's only been a year, but you have experience. So as long as she can create a new party and then do good there, then she can earn more experience and get more money that way." So that's where this is all kind of leading. And let's talk about this red haired kid for a quick second. He's just this brat. He thinks he's just so full of energy, and all he wants to do is kill goblins. And he's probably gonna run himself into a life or death situation where he's not going to do too well because everybody thinks that goblins are just the easiest thing to kill. And as we always learn, they're more dangerous than you think. And one thing that I thought was pretty interesting that the Goblin Slayer told the redhead kid was, don't write down these things because the goblins could find this, read it, and learn from those kind of mistakes. So I thought that was pretty interesting. They always do some stuff like that. I appreciate stuff like that. But that redhead kid, I don't know if you guys have watched Reign of the Seven Spellblades, but he's reminding me a lot of Pete just with red hair. So that might be for a couple of you out there. No big deal. That's whatever. So that's pretty much how this episode went. We got to see everyone again, and just the same old wanting to go on goblin slaying trips, missions, and now we need, really what it comes down to is this priestess just needs to create a party. So I wonder what's going to come out of that. All in all, I just want to see some more goblin slaying action. I don't want to see stuff that happened in the previous season as a source of action. I want to see some new action. It's first episode. It's okay. A lot of anime like to just throw you right into the action, but because it's been a few years, they need time to catch up and relearn who everybody is. I was also very happy to see that the elf and the dwarf were just bitching at each other because they just don't like each other as whatever. But so that was fun. I just like seeing that. Other than that, I'm gonna just leave it there. And I just one more time, I want to see some Goblin Slayer in action. So I hope next episode is gonna include that. So with that being said, uh, please go like, follow the Anime Show on Facebook and Instagram. Stay up to date on everything anime related. Also, continue following us here at Anime Lounge Short Flights. We're covering like 6 new shows this fall season, so we got a lot to cover. So come join us and everything on our YouTube channel. We'll have all those in the description. So yeah, come join us. And until next time, later, guys.